Most people are emotionally fragile. One insult, one failure, and they fall apart. But the Stoics, they were built different. They lived through war, exile, betrayal, and came out stronger. This isn't just philosophy. This is a blueprint for mental armor. These 7 rules will forge you into something unbreakable. Number 1, control what you can, ignore what you can't. In a world full of chaos, the first rule of the Stoic warrior is simple. Focus only on what you can control. Your thoughts, your actions, your discipline. Everything else, let it go. Most people waste their lives trying to manage other people's opinions, fearing the future or regretting the past. But none of those things are in your hands, and the moment you try to control what's outside of you, you lose control of what's inside. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality, because it's not the event, it's your reaction to it." Traffic doesn't make you angry. Losing your job doesn't make you a failure. It's your interpretation that destroys you. When you stop fighting the uncontrollable, something powerful happens. Peace. Not weakness, control. The storm still rages outside, but inside, you're calm, focused, unshaken. Ask yourself every time you feel stressed or angry, is this within my control? If it is, fix it. If it isn't, forget it. That's it. This simple shift will change your life. It won't make you emotionless, it'll make you unstoppable. Because you'll no longer be a slave to every external force. You'll operate from your center. That's not just Stoic wisdom. That's elite mental warfare. Number 2, practice voluntary discomfort. In the soft world, you have to train yourself to be hard. The second Stoic rule is this: seek out discomfort on purpose. Not because you're a masochist, but because weakness is bred in comfort and strength is born in struggle. Seneca once advised his students to sleep on the floor and eat scraps for a few days, even though they were wealthy. Why? Because when life hits you with real hardship, you won't panic. You've already lived through worse. That's what voluntary discomfort does. It trains your brain to stop fearing the things most people avoid: hunger, cold, loneliness, effort. You become familiar with them, and what you're familiar with can no longer control you. Take cold showers, fast for 24 hours. Wake up before the sun, train when you're tired, speak when you're scared. Do hard things, not because they feel good, but because they sharpen your mind like a blade. Everyone else is running toward ease. The Stoic runs into the fire. He doesn't need comfort to feel okay. That makes him dangerous. Because the man who needs nothing is the man who can survive anything. You won't find peace in luxury. You'll find it in the pain you chose. Because pain you choose builds character. Pain that chooses you breaks it if you're not prepared. Train like life is coming for you. Because it is. And only the prepared will survive it. Number 3, you are not your emotions. Your emotions are not truth. They are reactions, automatic, temporary, and often misleading. The third Stoic rule is to separate who you are from what you feel. Anger, sadness, fear, anxiety, these are natural, but they are not your identity. Epictetus said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't be." What he meant was, your response is always your responsibility. You don't have to act on every feeling that surfaces. The Stoic observes first, reacts second, if at all. Let's get this straight. Feeling anger doesn't mean you have to lash out. Feeling fear doesn't mean you have to run. Feeling sadness doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. But what you do next determines your strength. Most people are ruled by emotion. One bad mood and their whole day collapses. One insult and they spiral into rage or self-pity. But the Stoic doesn't bow to feeling. He stands still, like a mountain in a storm. Next time you feel triggered, pause. Breathe. Observe the feeling like a visitor. Ask, is this useful? Is it true? If not, let it pass. Emotions are like waves, they come and go, but the rock doesn't move. This isn't about becoming cold, it's about becoming calm. And in a world full of reactive people, calm is a superpower. Train your emotions like muscles. They won't vanish, but they won't control you. That's what separates a boy from a man, a victim from a warrior. Number 4. Memento mori. Remember you will die, memento mori. Remember, you will die. That's not morbid, that's motivation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." The fourth Stoic rule is to live with death in the room, always watching, always reminding you that time is running out. Most people live like they're going to live forever. They procrastinate, scroll endlessly, chase pleasure, avoid purpose, because deep down, they think they have time. But they don't. and neither do you. Every day you waste is a day you can't get back. Every hour you hesitate is an hour closer to the grave. That's the brutal truth, but it's also your greatest weapon. When you embrace memento mori, you start living on purpose. You stop wasting energy on petty drama, distractions, and fake goals. You start saying no to what doesn't matter and hell yes to what does. Death puts everything into perspective. It makes every sunrise urgent, every workout sacred, every second meaningful. Don't run from death. Use it. Let it sharpen your discipline. Let it harden your focus. Let it force you to become the man you're supposed to be, because the clock is ticking. And the man who knows he's gonna die lives like it. Number 5. The obstacle is the way to the Stoic. Problems aren't roadblocks, they're invitations. The 5th rule: whatever stands in your way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Most people run from obstacles. Stoics run toward them. Why? Because obstacles reveal you to yourself. That heartbreak, that failure, that pain, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's a mirror, a forge, a test. You say you want to be strong, then life will give you weakness to face. You say you want to be disciplined, then life will throw chaos at you. It's not punishment, it's preparation. The Stoic doesn't complain. He studies the obstacle, he breaks it down. He finds a way through it, or under it, or around it, or he smashes through it. But he never avoids it. Because obstacles aren't the enemy, they're the path. They sharpen your mind, they toughen your spirit. They turn you from fragile to unbreakable. So the next time something goes wrong, don't ask why me, ask what now. Don't look for someone to blame, look for a lesson to claim. That shift in thinking will change your life, because you'll stop seeing challenges as punishment and start seeing them as fuel. The obstacle isn't blocking your path, it is the path, and the Stoic walks it with pride. 6. Silence is strength. In a world obsessed with talking, shouting, tweeting, silence is a power move. The 6th Stoic rule: say less, do more. Epictetus said, "Let silence be your general rule." Why? Because the loudest man in the room is usually the weakest. The one who constantly needs to prove himself, defend himself, explain himself. That man is at war with his own self-worth. The Stoic doesn't need validation. He doesn't need applause. He doesn't need to announce every move he makes. His actions speak, his presence speaks, his discipline speaks. When you embrace silence, you develop patience. You listen more, you observe more, and you realize that most of what people say is noise. Ego, insecurity dressed up as confidence. Silence gives you leverage, it creates mystery. It gives your words weight, because when you only speak when necessary, people listen. And when you do speak, you speak with precision, not emotion. Let your routines be silent, let your growth be private, let your progress shock people. Silence is not weakness, it's control, it's awareness, it's strength. So next time you feel the need to argue, explain, or flex, pause. Let it go. Protect your energy. Speak when it serves. Act when it counts. Because lions don't need to roar every day. They just show up, and everything changes. Number 7. Live by virtue, not by pleasure. The final rule is the hardest, but the most important. Live by virtue, not by pleasure. The Stoic doesn't chase what feels good. He chases what's right. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's the code. Not comfort, not convenience, but character. Modern life tells you to do what you want, when you want, as long as it feels good. That's a trap. Pleasure fades, comfort decays you. But virtue builds. Live with discipline, courage, honesty, and purpose, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't break when life gets hard. Stand for something real. Because at the end of it all, the man who lives for pleasure will feel empty, but the man who lives by principle will feel powerful. Virtue isn't glamorous, it's not flashy, but it's unbreakable. And that's who you're becoming. Now you know the 7 Stoic rules, but knowledge means nothing without action. These aren't just ideas to admire, they're codes to live by. You don't need motivation, you need discipline. You don't need comfort, you need pressure, and you don't need more time, you need to start. So here's your test. Live one day by these rules, just one. See how it changes you. If you're serious about becoming unbreakable, leave a comment that says, "I live by the code," and subscribe. Because this is not a channel for the weak. This is for warriors only.